Running backs geek have become like they're back in vogue. And it went wide receiver crazy about a half decade ago, but running backs, baby, we are back.
Bijan unleashed without Tyler Algier there to vulture the touchdowns, and Jahmyr Gibbs unleashed without Montgomery there to vulture the touchdowns.
Javonte Williams last year finished as an RB1, dude, just based on volume alone. He was RB12 on the season.
We got to take the
what does winning games have to do with fantasy football?
Winning, my research and my data, I sit in a basement for most of the offseason just in a lab crunching data. That's what I do. And one of the most screaming data points in all of fantasy football, for as back far as I can do any kind of research and anything, is that running backs do better when their team is favored. They do better when their team's winning games. They do better when they're on a team that scores a lot of touchdowns, because running backs, by the nature of the position, get a certain percentage of the touchdowns for every team. And if the team only scores 1 or 2 touchdowns a game, it's harder for the running backs to get touchdowns. It's that simple. 0 RB was all the rage. 0 RB. But, and I could tell it was all the rage because something like 20% of people in the BBM did 0 RB, no running backs in the first 4 rounds. That was a terrible decision. And that missed that. There's
a reason why. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
The reason why 0 RB doesn't work is when everyone's doing it. When 3 or 4 0 RB works great, and when Sean Siegel won like all those contests doing 0 RB back 15 years ago, is because everyone else, we just talked about in the beginning of the podcast, reached up for running backs. So just to really clean this up, our S tier is reserved for Bijan and Gibbs. Fine. A tier, we have McCaffrey, Taylor, Achane, Chase Brown, and Derrick Henry. We have Bijan Robinson and Gibbs in tier S, right? The next tier, tier A, is McCaffrey, James Cook, Taylor, Genty, Achane. The next tier down, which Hampton, which we acknowledge he could get boosted this summer. Hampton, Saquon, Chase Brown, Kenny Walker, Derrick Henry, and Javonte.